massive hit. Oh, they've clipped. Off. How he held on to that, I don't know. This is the biggest crash in RGL history. He's out of control and into the wall. Brace yourselves, this is going to be action-packed. Hi and welcome to the 2013 RGL Forza Championships, and this is the second race for round 6, race 7, reverse grid. Everybody get excited. It's going to be a cracker of a race. Road Atlanta, just like the first one. This time we're swapping around drivers, so it won't be an exact reverse grid because qualifying points in the lobby did count as well, so we may see some drivers not starting exactly as they finished, but we do know that Jake Moe, winning his first race of the season, will definitely be starting from the back of the grid, as he did also get pole position. So we'll just have a look at where the drivers start off for the race. You can see Go Hard for APRT Queensland looking at the front row with pistol fit. So these guys are going to see some clear track ahead for the first time at the start of a race. Scavenger, Highboy, Alcimo, SR Ninja, you watching, and Gundam round out the first 4 rows. So a little bit of unluck for some of them. They start in the middle and they finish in the middle, so they've still got to deal with mid-pack craziness. Meanwhile, Recoil and Cutters out of row 5, and Twisty, Bretley and Jake Moe finish off the field. So we've got the slower drivers at the front. They'll be somewhat nervous because they're going to have a whole train of cars behind them, and it always makes for some very interesting racing. See how we go with all the drama that generally unfolds with these. Talked it up now, but I hope it doesn't end up being a totally clean race. 3 lights on, now they're off, and away we go. Go Hard getting a pretty good start. Pistol Fit starting to drop back a bit. He might have missed a gear change at the start, and Scavenger going to make the most of this. He's got the inside line. Pistol going for a late break and managed to stay ahead of Scavenger because of it. Right up the back of Go Hard here, going into little kink. Oh, big contact. Go Hard right off the circuit. So his first position was very short-lived, and he is at the back of the field. Look at all these drivers jostling for position. 3 wide does not work there. A few shunts here and there. Heard a couple of collisions. May get to the bottom of those in a moment, but meanwhile Scavenger taking the lead, and Pistol Fit has dropped a bunch of spots after that contact with Go Hard, and it's Ninja and Highboy following up in 2nd and 3rd. Pistol Fit there is in 4th at the moment, and all those faster drivers really pushing. They want to get back up to the front where they feel they belong. It takes a bit of patience. Got a whole bunch of drivers in between them and their goal, but Ninja very fast. Scavenger doing very well just to stay ahead of him at the moment, and Highboy not too far behind them. But Scavenger will lead his first Fiat Supercar race across the line for lap 1, so he'll be pretty happy with that. And meanwhile Highboy starting to make a move on Ninja, and that's given Scavenger a bit of breathing space as they head around turn 1 up the hill, and then we've got turn 2 and 3 with the little kink. FCR Ninja there with the fastest lap. And Scavenger here, he's got a couple of car lengths, which is probably making him feel a little bit more at ease. And let's have a look at this. There's been a lot of action First up, so there's the contact with Gohard and Pistol Fit, on board with Pistol Fit now, and it seems to have been a little bit of a glitch there. He's lost a bit. We're on board with Bretley behind Twisty. Oh, bang, massive hit. That will cause damage to the aero, and it's caused damage to Bretley as well. He's got a bit of smoke, and back on board with Bretley again. So a little tap to Recoil now coming out of turn 8. Recoil, great handling of that. He's managed to recover that very well. Could have quite easily ended up facing the other way. Now Recoil further down on the end of the back straight. He's gone off and lost a bunch of spots. So a lot happening there on lap 1. So Recoil managing to control the car when being hit, but then not braking in time, losing some positions. And we've got quite a few drivers, Jake Moe and Bretley, peeling off very early. They want to get out of this mess. Oh, there's some collision up ahead. Can't see who was involved there. A couple of cars. Catters with the next fastest lap. There's Elsimo and Gundam battling it out, and Recoil following behind them. So hopefully we can uncover what happened there. But it looked like a car was sideways across the main straight. We did say there'd be drama and fireworks, and it's delivered already. And we're only up to lap 3. And Gundam now, he's got the move here, or the momentum to make this pass. Elsimo's not one to try and push his luck, and he'll just file in. That's great racing. Maybe looking for that undercut, but it's just not there. Gundam obviously travelling a little bit faster than the Nerd Motorsport Falcon, sporting the flame grille delivery. And meanwhile, we have Catters behind what I believe is, are you watching that? Yep, you're watching it. He's gone off the grass, onto the track, off again, and now lost a spot to Catters. So lots of mistakes happening at the moment, and this is a replay. So Recoil, bit of a late dive. I don't know that move was really there. Luckily nothing's come of that, and the drivers have moved on, maybe lost a second. Catters another fastest lap, and he is on the hunt. Meanwhile, Ninja back on, putting the pressure on Scavenger, and he's just gone off the track, going too fast into turn 7. Now Catters has got the move on him, and it is now a Screwdrivers racing 1-2 in the reverse grid. Anything can happen. Catters, remember, he did start from the back end of the field. He's managed to avoid all this carnage and has popped up right behind Scavenger now, and he has got the speed to take on his teammate for a move. They're not going to just make it too easy for each other. They're going to race. From all reports, there's no team orders going on in this, but Scavenger not putting up too much of a fight by the look of it. Catters did have the momentum, and now he got a bit of a bad exit, and Ninja with a very sloppy pit entry. The stewards are right on top of that, and he will be penalised for that. Trying to gain time and entering the pit lane incorrectly to do so. Here's a big no-no. Drivers were briefed ahead of this session that it was going to be a little bit tricky. Jake Moe back to his best with the next fastest lap, the only driver to get into the 122 so far. And Catters starting to tear away from his teammate, because what he'll need to do, because there is the dude 67 Race Shop Commodore out there somewhere, and he has got pace. So here we go, replay. So this twisty corner is just losing control, and then Pistol Fit coming through and collecting him. So that, I believe, is a result of the damage to his rear wing from the first lap, and Elsimo trying to brake, almost losing it as well. So some previous incident not helping Twisty, because his lap times are down significantly, and he's been complaining of bad handling and the back end slipping out too easily. So his aero has been damaged. It's probably the reason. We haven't seen Twisty involved in an incident before, so it's very uncharacteristic of him. Meanwhile, Catter's still building on his lead. Here we are with an angry pack. Jake Mo pitting early, and he's got caught up in this bunch, which he was probably not hoping for. Ninja's leading the way, so he is in contention. All four of these drivers are in contention to get a very high spot. Coming down too wide, you're watching, looking for a pass on Highboy, and not really committing as much as what he probably would have liked, and that's allowed Highboy to keep going, and he's going to lose a spot to Jake Mo. Just watch this in the corner of your screen. Jake Mo side by side, and you're watching just sort of going a little bit. Oh, he's going a bit wide. He's tapped that fence, the tyre barrier. So a lot happening here. Everybody has pitted except for the front three. Gundam somewhere in the hunt for the two Screwdriver Racing Commodores. Meanwhile, Twisty at the back end of the field still. We would have been expecting him to file through at some point, but that damage and then that incident has pretty much seen his race gone. The best he can do is try and salvage maybe one or two spots. Meanwhile, Jake Mo all over the back of Highboy. There's contact. Coming up to turn 8. That is an awesome camera shot. And Jake Mo will look for a really good exit here and hopefully get a move in on the Taztec 711 Falcon. Jake Mo's still within range, but oh, here he goes. He's looking for the move now. He's on the inside, side by side under brakes, and he's almost got it made. Highboy's not giving up yet. Highboy's sticking to his line, which is excellent, but Jake Mo just got the exit speed he needed, and this has allowed you watching to have a look in on Highboy now. Meanwhile, a Ninja, he is now out in front, and there's Scavenger just coming out of the pit, and he's mucked up his exit, trying to avoid contact. So he's effectively third at the moment, depending on where Catters files in. Scavenger has come out ahead of Jake Mo, so he's got a red Commodore bearing down on him. Can he handle the pressure now? He's only 2 laps away from a podium finish. Question is, can he hold on? He's in amongst all these very quick drivers. It'll be a mighty effort if he can pull this off. You can see the other drivers lurking not too far behind. So let's take a look now. We've got Catters in pit lane. He is racing for first position against FCR Ninja. And just coming over the hill, under the bridge, and moving around this very quick right hand corner into the main straight. And Catters just exiting pit lane, so he should cover these guys. Jake Mo looking for a move on Scavenger down the straight. Just keep an eye on that as they come out of turn 1. And Scavenger managed to stay ahead, and Catters, you just see they're popping in the screen, so he's got a couple of seconds on Ninja. Scavenger, his hands are absolutely full of Jake Mo here. Look at this, on board the Dude 67 Race Shop Commodore, looking for a way past. And just in the background there you can see you're watching. So it looks like he's made the move on Highboy. Lap and a half to go. Scavenger in third place. He needs to just hold on. He's managed to keep Jake Mo at bay for just almost 2 laps. Oh, Jake Mo's got the exit he wanted. Scavenger, he's not going to fight too hard at this. He'll run to the line. He's keeping pretty good speed against him. Nice drag down to the end of the straight. And he's got a little bit of room, but Jake Mo holding his line. And there he goes, under brakes. Very, very gutsy move. And Scavenger just going a bit wide. This could make him vulnerable. There's you watching in the rearview mirror. You can see he's got to get his composure back, or he could lose a bunch of spots right now. And he has gone off the track onto the dirt. He's lost the position now to you watch, and he's back into 5th place. Highboy will look at this with a there's Jake Mo with a very good lap time. Gundam has just jumped up on him coming out of the pit lane. So Gundam now has relegated Scavenger to 6th. Highboy, as I was saying, he's looking at this with hunger, and now Scavenger's made a meal of that exit as well. That's very unfortunate. He'll be very disappointed with himself. Now he's gone from 3rd to 7th in less than a lap. Now Elsimo onto the back end of Scavenger there. But meanwhile, Catters hasn't done this for a while, not since last year had he won a V8 race, and he's about to do it now. So we'll have 2 different winners. We'll have 2 different winners in as many races. Congratulations. So there is something to salvage out of this 4 Screwdrivers racing. Unfortunately for Scavenger, he was not able to maintain that position, and you can see there he ended up finishing behind Elsimo in P8. So and Twisty Corners was only able to get into P12 in the end, not too far behind Gohard. Bretley in P9, so not a massive loss in the championship for Twisty, as you'll see. Still over 100 points ahead. And then Recoil moving into 3rd place in this series as well. Jake Mo making some big ground with his strong finishes with a 1st, and then again a strong finish in this race too. Meanwhile, Catters is slowly creeping up the board. He's got his eyes set on Elsimo next. He could finish as high as 4th, so let's see what happens in the next round, which is the endurance race from Laguna Seca. Looking forward to that one, and we will see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.